Alright, guys. So, just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on how I'm doing with the pint. And things are going great, I gotta say. I, for me, it's been the portability. So, loading it in the car, it's really easy. Before, with the Plus, the Plus was just, I had a bag that I would carry the Plus around in, but it was just so much more difficult to carry the Plus around compared to the Pint. So I have to say that, taking the Pint in and out of the car, I actually made a nice little stand for it that sits in the back of the car. It's basically just a wooden crate that I picked up from Walmart for like $9, and it's actually pretty heavy. And the wheel fits in there just fine. And I have a couple pieces of Velcro that I use to secure it down with, so it doesn't move around at all in the trunk of my car, which is great. So I'm still riding it every day. I'm on the leaderboard for the most consecutive days on the Plus. I think I've got well over like 260 days. I'm number two right now. So I have to keep riding my Plus. Now I'm riding the Pint daily to try to, get up on the leaderboard. So I think I'm like 50 right now. So riding both boards every day. Um, I've got a little loop that I run around my neighborhood. It's probably like 2 miles. So at a minimum, I'll ride my Plus and my Pint. I'll do that daily at a minimum. But today was kind of nice. I got to take my Pint down to Corpus and ride it around. I basically just rode it down about, I don't know, a little over a mile and back. I didn't have a whole lot of time today because I need to get back to Austin, but I've probably got, let's see, I think I got about 150 miles on the Pint now, which, I wish I had more miles down. I'm definitely getting more and more comfortable on it. What's crazy is I notice if I ride my Pint first, I don't have any issues with wobbles or anything else. But if I go ride my Plus first and then I jump on my Pint, it's really strange because the Plus, it feels a lot more, I don't know, I don't want to say stable, but the wheel's bigger, and I guess it is a little more stable because it's also treaded. And that was another thing I wanted to kind of touch on is the treaded. I'm seeing a lot of people put treaded on their Pints, and I mean, I think it's great for traction, and certainly more traction helps. But I think one of the reasons why I really like the Pint is that it just seems like it's so quiet. I know they released another tire called the Whisper, I think, and I'm really interested in that. So I think I'll probably end up running that. But right now, I think the Vega is great on the Pint. I haven't heard anybody really complain about the tire on the Pint at all. But anyway, it's really strange because if I ride my Plus and then I go try and ride my Pint, I will definitely have those wobbles. So whenever I get the wobbles, I just pull over, I stop, readjust my foot, and it's always usually the back foot. So I don't know what it is. I just pull over and stop and readjust my back foot a little bit. It could be just a half an inch or whatever, and just start up again and start riding, and the wobble seems to go away. So anyhow, I've been flipping back and forth between Pacific mode and Skyline mode. It's hard for me to really tell any difference between the two. I guess Skyline seems a little zippier, but either mode is fine. I feel, you know. Um, and I haven't tried any custom settings at all. And it's funny because a lot of people like to mess around with the custom settings, but I never have tried it. And a lot of people say it's like a totally different board if you do tinker around with the custom settings. So that's something I'm also going to look into doing as well. But I still really dig the Pint. The only thing I've done, I had some plates that I bought from the Pint, from the Float Life, and they were the two piece, and I didn't feel like they really. I don't know. I felt like it should have been like one solid piece for a plate on the bottom. So I think since I bought the single plate from Carbon Smith, I think Float Life came out with one piece now. They actually might have a handle in it. I think it has a handle in it, but it's okay. The only thing I want to do to this board literally was put on that float plate on the bottom. I really don't care about the side rails getting scratched. I think really the only way you're really going to scratch up your board a lot is if you take it off road. That's the time when it seemed like I was getting the board banged up, because if it's not on a level surface, that board will just roll over. You'll scratch up your your fender, and I don't know. I don't really want my board all scratched up and stuff. So I think if I avoid taking it off road, probably won't have much of a problem. But it's supposed to be great off road. I take it off road in certain places. There's a lot of trails around here, especially where I live, where it's just really flat rock trail, and that's fine, But if you're really looking to do like some serious off road with a Pint, I would definitely probably put a treaded on it, But that's just me. And that's about it. So yeah, you guys, haven't got a Pint, you got to get your order in and get one, especially if you want to travel. And people are getting 9-10 mile range easily. So